The hero named Hizumi finally manages to reach the place where the demon lord Nu resides. She is very energetic for a hero and eager to eliminate him. But Nu makes an absurd statement out of his character and offers her to talk things out. He has never inflicted damage on humans in comparison to the previous demon lord who was evil down to his core. That's why she should at least listen to him and have a chat. But she does not listen to his reasoning and plunges her sword. How can an ugly damn demon lord be as kind? She considers demons to be eliminated, not to answer their questions. Whatever he says, a hero must eliminate a said threat before he causes harm to others. Besides, she always wanted to use that technique against someone. She makes an evil face. Seeing him in pain, she tries to understand him. It's nothing compared to the pain he inflicted on humans and the villager girls he assaulted. He emphasizes he has never done things and has false accusations, and it seems having a conversation won't be easy. She has come with her mind prepared to eliminate him and every demon in the world. He secretly creates his shadow and whispers to her to take her leave if that's what is bound to happen. It makes her terrified. Nu wanted to show making such clones was not a problem for him, but turns out she blushes. Whispering to her ear was her weak point, and she had never faced such humiliation in her life. It disappoints him, and now he wants her to go without wasting his time further. It instills her anger that it is how he humiliates girls and throws them out until he is satisfied. He considers them baseless lies. Then she interrogates him about the reason why he builds a castle in the human world and must have some kind of demonic aim. He seriously agrees to tell her the reason and replies he wants to have a beautiful castle in his garden. He has a human heart like a boss from Overlord. He has respect and affection towards nature. He intends to grow plants with care and hopes animals would also come and play. Living a peaceful life is his ambition. It creeps her out that she plunges her sword into him. She misunderstands that he is planning to grow man-eating plants and release them on humans. The Demon King is surprised at how doubtful she is and invites her to his room and see how these plants are growing. She acts like a maiden and rhetorically asks if he is inviting a girl who he has just met. Nu has had enough of her yapping and requests her to go home as he is exhausted. She also becomes serious and is ready to slay him. He shows his true horrific demonic form. It leaves unconscious on the ground. He did not want the difference in their powers, but it will be enough to drive her off for a while. The next day, Hizumi again comes to his mansion and knocks on his door. She has come to take revenge for the humiliation she faced yesterday. The demon kind is reported about it, but he does not let the open for a while. She waits outside, then after a while, he comes personally to open the door for her. Every single day, she has been coming to his castle and attacks him. He somehow fends her off, but it has been their daily routine and he hates to live like this. On the other side, Hizumi has some other feelings. According to her, she has been visiting him daily, not fighting with him, talking for a bit before engaging in their swordsmanship, and it has been their routine. She shyly considers it a commute marriage. For no good reason, she seems to be falling for him. One day, she barges into his castle and finds him sitting on his majestic chair and staring at her. She asks him why he is staring at her. It is embarrassing to her when he stares at her intensely. He has been fed up with her and her actions. He is sure she would also get fed up when someone comes to her home just to kill her. She misinterprets that he wants some variations to what she has been doing because it must have been boring for him. She decides to explore the castle first, but he denies it. He does not allow someone to casually roam in her castle. She shyly asks him why he is refusing when he was the first who invited her to his room and if he by chance is saying they should become a family first. He denies all their statements. She continues he must let her see his castle. No one can know what's going on in his castle, and to make others believe he does not pose a threat, he should give a tour to confirm it. He concludes that if he let her see his castle, then she would not have a reason to come here. She bluntly denies him because it would make her lonely then. The demon kind is curious if slaying him was not the purpose of coming here. She agrees with him about her mission, but she also wanted to keep things the way they are. She blushes and confusingly plans to slay him. He reminds her they were on the part when she was going to declare him threatless. She seems disappointed and understands he is willing to show her his castle, but it won't be enough to lower her guard. Nu is confused about how it has been decided and asks her if there is something off. She thinks he might be tired. He also seems to agree with her and asks her to go home. But her day ends with swordplay with him, so she takes out her sword. Ridiculously, she even gives swordplay a name, Skinship. She does not make sense to him, so he begs her to go home. She charges toward him to slay him and turns out it is his shadow clone. He hates using violence, but if it is self-defense, then he will go all out. He appears behind her with his terrifying black aura, and she immediately grasps she is dead now. It leaves her unconscious on the ground, and Nu stands frustrated with no will to live this lifestyle. She goes home with a happy notion that Nu will let her see every corner of his castle. She turns shocked and embarrassed and Delulu if he will also let her see his bedroom and what he will do with her there. Nu pleasantly gives water to his plants and can't wait to see the blooming flowers. The growth of his plants always gives him peace of mind. His servant informs him that Hizumi is in his throne room. Just now he was refreshed. This news made him depressed. He goes to her and is surprised how come she does not get tired. On closely observing, he notices she is wearing a dress for today. She tells him the reason while blushing that he promised to give her a tour. He does not understand if there is a particular point even though she still has her sword, but he avoids asking her. He turns to the other side to begin their tour and alerts her not to make comments and ask something. Somehow she seems angry about something and attacks him for not saying something about her dress. Both of them are Baka here. He does not know how a human girl's heart works and she does not understand he is a man but also a demon. He is confused about her looks and compliments her that it's a pretty dress. She turns red and blushes, but further attacks him that these mere compliments won't let him win her heart. While shivering, he points to the sword and asks her to leave it over there because it's diminishing the beauty of her dress. Her short mind believes leaving her sword is the same as walking naked, and it is for her protection. She refers to some dirty thing that if that happens then who knows how far he will go. Simple-minded Nu does not get what she is referring to. He begins the tour and explains to her there is nothing much to see as he is the only one living here and there are not many castle-like things. She blushes and asks if he is saying they are alone right now. He calls his servant, Johnny, who is his servant who can transform his body into parts of the castle. Johnny does not show himself because he feels like he would get killed by this mad girl if he showed himself. Nu considers it a wise choice. The castle does not have many facilities and it is more like a temporary residence. He shows her the dining table and she asks if it's where he eats humans. He denies that he does not eat humans. He takes her to show him his bedroom where she again asks an absurd question if he's going to eat her here, and he bluntly refuses. He takes her to his favorite place, the garden. It's still not developed yet, but soon it will be a wonderful place. So typical of her to ask him which ones are man-eating flowers, and he replies negatively. So she inquires what type of plants he is raising. It turns him on and he starts explaining about them enthusiastically. One plant goes with the name Hedels, which can survive sunlight and soil alone. The other one is called Kayuza, which can survive even in the harshest environment. He asks her comments if these plants are charming and interesting, but she is like a kid, not getting whatever he is saying and falling asleep. He puts a blanket on her and finds her more human-like when sleeping. Even in her sleep, she talks and dreams of eliminating Nu. After a while, she wakes up whereas Nu is reading a book sitting beside her. He inquires if she has come to understand he is not a threat to humans. She does not listen to what he is saying and makes false accusations while covering her chest if he took advantage of her when she was sleeping. He calms her down and assures that something like that never happened. But she finds it impossible to happen because how he can be calm when a cute young girl is sleeping next to him. He makes very surprising faces that she starts to believe he is naive, but again it makes her furious. She swings her sword around him because he is a coward for not doing anything with her. He calls Johnny for his justification that he did nothing wrong with her. Johnny appears and assures Nu does not take an interest in her body, let alone touch her. It disappoints her to the point of questioning him why. She does not understand her own feelings and Nu also does not get what's going on. Hizumi is at home and sleeping soundly. Hizumi here also dreams about assassinating Nu. Her mother barges into her room to wake her up because it has already been noon. When she gets up, her mother asks her to help her with house chores. Hizumi becomes surprised that her mother is not considering her mission of eliminating the demon lord. Her mother starts yapping that there is no demon lord and she has to stop daydreaming. It has been peaceful for years. It's just that Hizumi, who can't move and accept her job, is useless now. She goes to the demon lord's castle and slashes him again, ranting that her job is not worthless. Later, she informs him about what's going on, that the world is peaceful and her position is heavily criticized. She is nothing special but giving it her all from the very beginning. Yet her mother does not listen to her. Nu seriously compares her to her mother. She requests him to go on the rampage a bit until the world is about to be destroyed. It's not what a Hizumi should be saying, but she did not want to be a Hizumi. She was blessed and chosen by the goddess. One day when she was sleeping, she heard someone calling her Hizumi. She was taken to the royal capital where she learned about swordsmanship and magic all the time. She almost cried thinking about her normal life and suffered all ordeals with the goal of defeating Nu. So it has been 10 years already and nothing has happened yet. He has been in her thoughts every time during those painful sword lessons, magic and history lessons, and even when going to sleep. But there was no sight of the demon lord, so the king ordered her to return village. She was annoyed by the fact he did not let her accomplish anything, so she was aimlessly roaming around the village. Then she got to see the demon lord's castle, and to become a proper hero, she had to defeat him. He asks her name and learns it's Hizumi. He advises her why not start her life from scratch as Hizumi, not as a hero. Hero's wish will not be accomplished, but she has to live her life as she wants. If she considers it, then their relationship would also turn better. She takes it wrong if he is suggesting they should become close to each other, and he declines it. She takes her sword in the name of hero again, and he does not get why she is stubborn. In reality, she does not want to lose the opportunity of meeting him. She is down bad for him. He cannot listen to what she is saying, so she starts making him mad again and plunging her sword to him. He becomes a colossal demon and surrounds her, which makes her believe she won't win against him. The next morning, she gets up and again her mom asks her to help her a bit. She is about to rant about Nu. Her mom shows her worry that Hizumi is at her age and where she can find a good husband for her. Hizumi turns red out of embarrassment and shouts loudly. We are introduced to a new character named Ishin. He is a personal aide of Nu and will be serving him in the human world. However, he seems to have some hidden motive. When he sees Nu tired because of Hizumi, he considers him pathetic. Seeing him resting after a while, he prepares his attack for Nu because he will take over his title after his death. Nu starts his morning dealing with another lunatic. Nu has been up late to take care of the documents. Ishin offers to rely on him and leave the responsibility of such tasks to him, but Nu is cautious and requests him to keep Hizumi busy. Basically, he just has to keep her busy by talking with her while Nu looks after his documents. Ishin contemplates about the situation that his mission and Hizumi's goal align with each other to eliminate Nu, so if he manages to persuade her to be on his side, then he will accomplish his goal. He agrees to take on this task. Nu is basically giving shelter to a snake. Hizumi pleasantly enters the castle to defeat Nu. Ishin welcomes her instead of Nu and introduces himself. Without any other thought, she slashes him that the eagle must be punished. It's how she greets others. Ishin seems to be in pain and takes her as a troublesome woman, but if he succeeds in making her ally, then he can take down Nu easily. When he is low on his guard, she again slashes him to bleed. If she continues, then he won't last long. She wants to see Nu and learns he is busy with his work. She assumes if she is to eliminate Ishin, then Nu would show up. He holds her down and tells her proposal of joining forces. He also considers Nu a hindrance, and they have the same goal of bringing him down. She slashes him again because she can't stand traitors. Nu finally arrives here and makes her stop. He is done with his work for now, which relieves Ishin as his life is saved from Hizumi's ruthless strikes. He apologizes to his aide that she is a difficult opponent to handle. Ishin does not mind it as he is the one who could handle his job. Nu asks her to go and rest, and while going, Ishin listens to Nu and Hizumi. They argue about how she wants to defeat him, and he is fed up. He has already shown her their difference in power. Ishin decides to eliminate both of them. Nu visits him and initiates the conversation that he hears Ishin wants to form an alliance with Hizumi. Ishin becomes terrified of him because Nu is going to show his power. He knocks out him in a minute, just as he defeats Hizumi. Ishin is an early bird. He gets dressed and prepares his meal first, then he completes his assignments and sorts out the documents of Nu. Lastly, he wakes Nu, who has been all night, by banging his door hard and getting a hit from him. At the dining table, Johnny brings him the breakfast. Ishin suggests they should employ a new chef because Johnny's food does not taste good. It backfires on him and Nu stabs him with his power. Ishin explains himself that he is merely saying it because Johnny is taking too many roles at the same time. Assigning duties is the responsibility of Nu, but what would happen if Johnny collapsed from hard work? He just wishes Nu dies from the hard work and then apologizes for his slip of the tongue. Nu apologizes to Johnny for putting so much work on him, and Johnny does not mind at all as it's a pleasure for him to be of use to Nu. Ishin makes a proposal why not employ some subordinates. It's his other plot of gathering as many men as he can to defeat Nu. He writes down the plan of defeating the Demon Lord and finds out he has no opening at all. If he has a hole in his plan, then it would be Hero Hizumi. She arrives there and asks him about the whereabouts of Nu. Even though she is Hero, he does not sense any shred of hostility towards Nu. He asks her a ridiculous question if she's in love with Nu. She boldly stabs him, saying if he is stupid, how she can fall in love with a demon. He has grasped her feelings toward Nu. It's her yet who has not realized it. He grins while thinking about his plan of using her as a useful pawn. So she kicks him again. He apologizes to her for such a strange question, but continues to trigger her. He thinks romance between a hero and a demon lord would not work and shares that Nu prefers women who are stronger than him. She brims with power and will to defeat Nu today and runs to him. Ishin wonders if she has enough power to even give Nu a hard time. The next moment, he sees Hizumi defeated on the ground. He decides to refine his plan and wait for the right moment. He presents Nu with important documents, and mistakenly, Ishin's planned document also slips into those documents. He wants an explanation about these documents as well. Ishin tries to make an excuse, but does not come up with any. In the end, he also ends up knocked out next to Hizumi. The next morning, Ishin is energetic and wants to reflect upon his past mistakes. He has made preparations and beats a large drum in front of Nu's room just to wake him. As usual, he gets a beating for waking him up. Hizumi asks Nu about his weakness because she cannot win it all against him. She wants to turn the situation in her favor. Nu is reluctant to tell her any, and it's something she has to figure out. She considers it unfair that he already knows her weakness is her ears. Nu assumes it will create misunderstanding, and he is right. Ishin starts whispering something to Johnny related to him. Nu says she told about her weakness on her own. She shakes him to tell at least a hint about his weakness. It's just she wants to know more about him. She blushes while saying it, and Nu emphasizes it will create further misunderstanding. He turns to Ishin, who says they are going outside, and Nu asks him to stay here as nothing is going on. She asks Ishin if he knows anything about his weakness, but he is also unaware and is dying to know. So he roots for her to get to know it by any means. By the way, he knows a weakness that is not something useful. Nu treasures those plants and gardens. If she turns the garden into flames, then his spirit will get a considerable blow. So if Ishin does it, then he knows he will burn to ashes in no minute. In short, Nu is flawless. Ishin suggests to Nu to show his weakness, but if he shows it, then most of the people will try to take him down. Ishin is disappointed. That's the reason Nu is single for life. Hizumi blushes on learning that Nu is not married yet. She thought he would have a lot of girls besides him. He is not interested in getting an empress, concubine, or any heir. If he can fulfill his duties as Nu, it's enough for him. Johnny can't listen to such allegations for his lord. He explains to them that Nu has many interview photos from ladies. Nu considers these girls are just interested in his throne, and it's not something to be happy about. Ishin shows him a photo proposal that she seems to possess incredible assassination skills, and Lord asks her to hide his feelings a little. Hizumi does not want him to fall for such a person. If he is going to meet such a person, and then he has to go through her. Nu denies that he is not going to any marriage meeting. He is busy right now and does not have time to think about love or such things. They all start forcing him. Ishin shows him another proposal from a woman who has skills in using poison. Johnny wants him to take a quick look at all proposals, and Hizumi does not want him to go to any marriage interviews. It makes him mad about it, and he shuts their barking mouths. He does not intend to go through such marriage trials. His parents are enough to pester him about such things. He leaves the site to give water to his garden. While Johnny is worried about his master, Hizumi thinks she has discovered his weakness, but Ishin does not find it useful. Hizumi comes to the castle again the next morning to defeat Nu, secretly just to talk with him. However, he seems busy with his work. She does not get why he is not energetic when a hero has come to defeat him, and it's not how an epic tale goes. He has been spending his time more on his documents than on the throne. She feels something off about it because she cannot feel the tension between them at all. She wonders if he has self-awareness as a demon lord. Nu says he has such type of work by nature and wonders if she is saying this as if she has self-awareness as a hero. He asks her to let him be attentive on a lot of tasks. She plans to be a demon lord for a day because he is not a demon lord who likes to be confined in an office. She will sit on his throne and his personnel will have to listen to her. Additionally, she wanted to be one at least for once. He is surprised at what a silly reason she has to take control of his position. She anticipated this day to come. She has also prepared a demon lord cosplay. Nu is confused, but if it will let her be away from him, it's fine. He is staring at her while contemplating, which makes her blush and embarrassed that it will not help her get changed. He explains the situation to Ishin and Johnny. If she is on this, it might be quiet for a day for him to complete his tasks. Ishin's smart mind finds a chance in this situation. Hizumi comes out in her pretty hot demon lord dress and seems to be having fun. She asks him to become her aide for a day. He surprisingly agrees and plans to go to complete his tedious work. It hurts her, and if he goes, then what's the point of becoming a demon lord? She calls Johnny and commands him to make tea for her. While having it, she contemplates the situation that she went through to look different for him, but he has gone. And if it continues, she will laze around today. She takes a sip and vomits out. Its taste is like she's having a bug. Johnny is confused. Nu always admires him. Hizumi thinks it might be he becomes considerate of Johnny. So Johnny recalls what Ishin said about his terrible cooking, and it brings water to his eyes. Ishin appears to ask her something. She considers him her attendant because Nu will be her aide for today. It shocks him that he has been demoted. He has come to inform her that there are some individuals who want to fight with her. She becomes pleased that it's a duty of a demon lord and is confident in herself. He brings some terrible-looking demons, which scares her. They begin their fight where she shows her true strength, but it's a matter of time before she becomes exhausted and he will eliminate her to win the throne. When they corner her, he praises her that he underestimated her and she has done well this far. He hilariously laughs and his so-called anticipated triumph. Nu arrives and knocks him out in a minute. She embraces him to say she was scared to death. He makes her understand that being a demon lord is not easy and hopes she might learn this and think about him. She blushingly tells him that she is always thinking about him and he understands she is talking about different things. She does not let him go easily, and Johnny arrives after making another cup of delicious tea. But seeing a romantic scene going on, he turns away without interrupting them, and New stops him, saying it's just a misunderstanding. It's the end of the day and New is done with his work. Ishin is surprised Hizumi has not come here today. But New surprisingly finds out she is already here as always and is hiding behind the curtains. When Ishin goes out, New lifts the curtain and exposes her. She expected him to find her this easily. He tells her that the castle is Johnny himself, so if anyone enters, he comes to know it immediately. He inquires why she came this late and if she is plotting to eliminate him when he is asleep. The flowers bloom around her. She has now come to know how he is doing. But New withers these flowers when he asks her to go if she is done with her business. He has been working his butt off, so he wants to rest now. She makes an excuse that she has come to learn what kind of work he is doing. He explains his work, that he has approval for a coal mine construction, pushing forward the implementation of procedures to expand the railroad to rural areas, and issuing a firm command to those who have complaints about how he does things. She considers such stuff hard and wonders if there is someone who does not like his work. He agrees with her that some hot-blooded demons don't like his way of doing work. They want to strike the human world, but as long as he is New, he won't let this happen. His intention throws an arrow into her heart. She asks him why he does not strike as the demon lord, and he replies he loves this land and does not want to make it a battlefield. Her heart races fast due to a strange heartbeat, but she is also sorrowful because she is a hero and she is expected to defeat him. She madly plunges her sword and he stops her, going wild. Ishin comes there after having his sleep disturbed. How cute. You see, he has a sleep cap like humans. Seeing them having a romantic fight, he leaves them and New stops her by saying it's just a misunderstanding. Ishin considers New is going to tame her by violating her. New is in a panic and asks Hizumi to clarify this misunderstanding, but she blushes and agrees with Ishin. That is what the Lord was doing. The next morning, he comes out of bed and recalls about his terrible night. He sees Johnny standing next to his room and has something to say. He assures him that he did not see anything as he went to bed earlier. New is at his wit's end after making everyone understand it was just a misunderstanding. Hizumi roams in the forest and contemplates her life. Her goal is to defeat the demon lord, but if she does, it is like eliminating one who has not harmed yet. She ends up coming to the front of the castle where Ishin is standing. He asks her the reason for standing here and learns she is thinking something. He finds it unusual she is using her mind for the first time for a change. She inquires him what he would do if he became a demon lord. He replies with a demonic mind, if he becomes one, he will invade the human world and eliminate everyone, including her. She immediately knocks him out and intends to take his life. Johnny arrives there, and on asking where the Lord is, he replies he is attending the guests. She is energetic for now and wants to greet them as if they are demons, but Johnny stops her and wants her to show something. He takes her to the throne room where two horrific demon-like demons, unlike the Demon King and his minions, are next to New. One of them is a woman, Ishin, and the other is a man, Zugai, from the Jet Black clan, who is discussing something with the Demon Lord. They want him to authorize raids in the human world. Since when he ascended to this throne 10 years ago, he forbade any aggression toward humans. It's not just their clan that is restless. The whole demon world is not satisfied with him, as he must be aware of this. Hizumi interrupts them that as long as a hero is there, she won't allow it to happen. They are surprised at what a human, and a hero at that, is doing in this place. Zugai assumes New is not striking the human world because he fell in love with this wrench. Hizumi does not understand how powerful demons are and challenges them to fight. Other demons are also prepared and bet the defeated one has to listen to the winner. The stage becomes ready where Hizumi goes to strike Zugai. New stops her, but Ishin takes him as her opponent. Hizumi faces a hard time dealing with Zugai. She has a skill, but no real-life experience. When he is about to eliminate her, New becomes furious and activates his ultimate horrific skill to capture both of these demons. He will teach them a lesson for rampaging without thinking about its consequences and planning to eliminate the demon lord. He apologizes to Hizumi on behalf of his subordinates for causing trouble for her. She seems to be realizing something. Her mission is to eliminate the demon lord, but after seeing what happened today and what has been going on until today, she keeps thinking it is not what she was supposed to do. So she is confused about what she might do and asks him. He says he wants to put an end to this conflict between humans and demons. Hizumi's mission might be to take down New, but this way history will repeat itself. Would not she want to create a different, not as the legend of a hero, but a story only she can create? If they can create peace together, then it's a good thing. She is impressed by his way of thinking and unexpectedly offers him a marriage proposal. This marriage would be proof humans and demons can be friends, and it would be just a political marriage. He becomes so shocked defying it, but after listening to her reasoning, he calms down. She reaches her hand to him and asks him with a bright smile to take care of her. He joins her hand. He talks about this to other demons who attacked him and gives them a lesson together with Hizumi about why they don't launch their strike at the human world. No wonder he has also brought Ishin to teach him a lesson. With this, a rift between humans and demons is about to an end.